Casey Fowler, one half of the Fowlers podcast, host of the Melanin Warriors podcast, bringing you yet another Melanin Warrior. We're talking about the King Shark, Behanzin Hossu Bowelle. So let's go ahead and jump into that. Behanzin Hossu Bowelle, also known as the King Shark, was considered both brave and wise. He was born in 1844 in the capital of Dahomey, Abame. He was the son of King Galile, ruler of Dahomey. Behanzin became the 11th king after the death of his father and soon after received the name King Shark. So in their culture, the king is basically given their name based off of their personal symbols. For him, it was the dolphin, the egg, and the coconut, as well as the shark's tooth. And that's how he got the name. So King Shark was fearless. He commanded 150,000 male and 5,000 female Melanin warriors. In 1868, the French signed a treaty with Behanzin's father that placed Cotonou's territories under French control. As part of this treaty, the French were not allowed to enforce their customs and practices on the people of Dahomey, but of course, they didn't keep their word. So the French tried to improve relations with King Shark after the death of his father, but King Shark wasn't going for it. He wasn't going to play by the rules. So this was significantly one of the greatest resistances in Europe by the African country. His army, to include the Amazons of Benin and his German allies, gave him the strength to battle with the French. So they went back and forth for a few years, just fighting, and he won his fair share, he lost his fair share. Unfortunately, fans, there's not too much information as in detail as far as his battles, but he held his own for quite some time. But unfortunately, in 1864, the Battle of Hadingan, the King Shark was defeated due to the French having better weapons compared to the King Shark's army, which is to be expected. They fought with everything they had. They gave it their best, but ultimately the technology as far as weaponry goes, the French had them beat with that one. So the French soon took possession of the entire kingdom. The King Shark was then exiled to the island of Martinique in the Caribbean. He spent his rest of his life on this island, but eventually died in Algeria on African soil. King Behanzin refused to play by the colonizers' rule and fought tooth and nail for his people. Even though his equipment was inferior to the French, he continued to fight and gain his fair share of victories before he was ultimately defeated. This is yet another Melanin warrior who put the needs and the welfare of his people before his own personal gains, and he wasn't going for it. You know what I mean? He was not going to just sit back and let the French do what they wanted to his people, to his land, without a fight. So he fought for what he thought was right. This your boy KC Fowler, one half of Fowling's podcast, host of the Melanin Warriors podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, and while we're at it, appreciate everybody that's been checking out my episode about the Bamber Bridge battle. We're over 300 views right now, so I appreciate all the love. Hey, I'm out. If you don't stand for something, you're gonna fall for anything.